Hi friends, welcome to Blockhead U. This is our weekly hangout of New Kids on the Block fans talking about New Kids on the Block. We have a lot to talk about. The New Kids have been up to a ton, so I'm going to wait for people to join the chat, and I'm also going to grab my co-host, Ashley, and in case you didn't know, we go live every Wednesday. We start at 9 p.m. Eastern, that's 8 Central and 6 Pacific. So if you're watching a replay and you can join us sometime on Wednesday evening, we'd love to see you there. Okay, I am looking for Ashley. In the meantime, please in the chat, as usual, please let us know your name and from where you are joining. Hi, I'm Melanie and I'm in Toronto. All right, there we go. Is anybody going to be seeing Joe McIntyre on Friday for his St. Patrick's Day show? I would love to know. Yeah, my hair. Thank you. Thanks very much. This is very, very temporary. It'll probably be washed out by next week, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend trying all the colors. That's one of the joys of having like bleach blonde hair, is I can play around with colors and I love it. All right, now I promise I'm gonna grab Ashley and stop talking. There we go. Instagram decided to go down at exactly like 9 p.m. Eastern when we went live. And oh, there we go, Ashley. Hi.
Well, I'm going to grab Ashley and stop talking. No, we're going to continue talking. You're not done talking.
I know. Thank you.
Also, the hair is fire.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun, but like I said, it's very temporary. It's a brand called Overtone.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that? Yeah.
So way before you and I met, I used to have, my hair was basically like this short,
yeah,
and the whole bottom was like gray. Okay. And I would do purple Overtone all the time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so.
The thing with Overtone is that I've not been able to find it in Canada, so I have to get it from the States, and it's not cheap, but it's fun. So I just try to justify it that way.
Yeah.
Well, so I've done last year I did pink, and then I really wanted to try like this ginger tone. So here I am. How are you, Ashley?
Getting ready for another snowstorm.
Stop. I think we're getting one too, but like the forecast has just said like Ontario, which is very, very big. So I'm hoping it doesn't hit Toronto. Yeah. But when is your snowstorm supposed to be coming?
All day tomorrow, like 50-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh my God.
Wait, here's a weird question for Canada.
Yeah.
We say mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah,
what do you
know
say?
What that means. I just gotta go with it.
Kilometer?
Yeah.
I don't know the conversion because my phone is here.
It's all right.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Fast. Yeah. So, and then like 7 inches of snow, 7 to 10. So whatever. Spring's around the corner. Like it's
spring is technically next week.
It's too close. Like tonight I was coming home from a meeting and it was 6:45 and it was still sunny out. And I was like,
yes. Yeah, we lost an hour, but it was well worth it because at like 7 o'clock or almost 7, it's still bright out. So I'll take that. I'll take it.
Love it.
And then I don't know. The past week we booked a cruise, or at least we have the opportunity to book a cruise. Did you get on the boat, Ashley?
Will be there. Yes. I was just you get nervous about the stuff. So like I went back on Rose Tours tonight and like looked at my booking information.
Right.
Because it just feels very much, it's so hectic.
Yeah.
But, even like joining, I got added onto the deck I'm on to like a chat. And I was just like, I can't participate. I just feel like it's still not happening.
Yeah.
2020 messed us up.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
But I'm excited.
But
BlockCon, cruise, those are the 2 things I'm committed to be there for. So I'm excited. How about you?
Yeah. I got, my friends and I got a cabin. And for the first time between the 3 of us, I was the one who got through. So the pressure was on. And I've been telling everyone, I got stuck in this like booking vortex. I don't know if any other Canadians experience this, but I could not
It was
get
terrifying.
past the fucking insurance page to confirmation. So I was like, I can't, because apparently like the insurance that they offer isn't available to Canadians. So I couldn't like opt in. So I'm trying to opt out and it wouldn't like accept it. So I just kept going around and around, and somehow I ended up paying my deposit and then the April installment and the May installment before I called Rose Tours, and I was like, what is happening? And she's like, don't worry, you're good. And then yeah, I never did see that confirmation page, but according to my email and my credit card and my Rose Tours account, I'm on the boat, my friends and I.
Oh my god, how stressful. It's like beforehand, I was like, this is like getting Taylor Swift tickets. Like everyone thought that was crazy, but like they don't know what it's like to book a New Kids on the Block cruise, because it feels
because I actually heard some like intense numbers, because when my friends and I logged in, we weren't expecting the queue, like the queue in the waiting room like they have now in Ticketmaster. So we were like, okay, that's new. And of the three of us, I was the one who got kind of like logged in last, but then once they queued us up, I was the one closest to the front. So my two friends were like 1,000 and something, and then I was like 500. I was in the hundreds, so I got through the quickest. It's like, how does that even happen? But I hope everyone in the chat who was planning to book the cruise was able to get on. And I actually saw that they've released some limited cabins as well too. So I think that they're a little bit more affordable, I think, but you don't have access to the shows that happen in the theater. But you still get to enjoy all the rest of the cruise, like the Lido deck parties and whatever else goes on at the Lido deck. And I'm pretty sure you get the photo, right?
You do, yep. You still get your photo. You just don't get any theater shows.
Right.
And I believe, no one quote me on this.
Yeah.
But I believe if you're an LE cabin, you're not eligible because you can't do the shows for any of this. Like if you sign up for the poker tournament or you have the option of doing those things, just because once you sign up, you're signing up for, like, it'd be too complicated. Is an LE cabin and who's a regular cabin.
But you know what? You're on the boat.
Yeah.
So that might be, an option, a more accessible option for people who might have been kind of like priced out of the other cabins. So
I will say very quickly before we move on, if you're in the chat and you wanted to get on the cruise and you couldn't, it is sold out. But keep in mind, people are always selling their cabins. So just keep vigilant, be on all of the social media pages, all the group pages, because
and let people know that you're looking as well too, right? On your social media, if you are looking, let people know, make a post about it, and then people can have it in the back of their minds if they see somebody who's selling.
For sure. So it's not hope, is what I'm saying. There's always hope.
Yeah.
There, so.
Carla commented, yes, she's glad that Donnie and the band, I'm glad that Donnie and the band took Canadian Thanksgiving to planning the cruise, right? Because Canadian Thanksgiving is, I just pulled up the calendar, it's like the Sunday and the Monday, because we have our Thanksgiving always falls on Sunday and Monday. There's Thanksgiving Sunday and Thanksgiving Monday, and then it's Tuesday, and then it's Wednesday, and then Thursday is the cruise. So yeah, it's going to be, I just booked the whole week off. So I'm going to be relaxed.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. All right. So we have a couple of pals who are going to join us. We're going to pause on the cruise talk for a minute. We're going to grab somebody who was at the rodeo, because that was only last week. Even though we did talk to some people who were there, we still have some people who want to share their experiences, right?
And it's, we've had a billion people on to talk about the cruise over the last, we should really look, it's almost 20.
Okay, you know how long it's been? It's been this long. Okay, it's been this long since the cruise. And like, I look back on our lives and I see my tan, and I'm watching my tan slowly fade. And it's so depressing. And like, add to that the Canadian winter, we haven't really seen the sun that much. And all these lives is a real snapshot of the whole experience. But yeah, the cruise has been this long.
My point was, I love that. My point was that the rodeo was only last week. We have a lot more people who, if you're out in the chat and you have great rodeo stories, like we still want to hear those even though it's done. So we're very excited for our first guest who had a really fun time at the rodeo to share her
I'm going to grab her now. Yeah.
So while Melanie's doing that, everyone keep in mind, Blockhead you up in the left-hand corner. There's a little arrow down. Click on that. Anyone who joins us tonight, you can click on it. You can see their profile. You can add them.
Yay! Here's our first guest. Hi.
Hi.
Can you please introduce yourself? Let us know your name and from where you are joining.
I am Bryanna. Bryanna May on Instagram, and I'm from California, just outside of Sacramento.
Very cool. Okay, so can you tell us your origin, your Blockhead origin story? How and when, why did you become a fan?
So I would say I'm probably still a newbie. My sister, who's over there, she has been a New Kids fan forever. And when they were touring in 2019, she was like, hey, let's go to this mixtape tour. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I know who they are. And like, Pepper, like, I know who that is. And like, I knew who everybody was, but I didn't really know. And then we went, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
We saw, because I was Backstreet Boys and NSYNC growing up, just age-wise. And we went and saw Backstreet Boys a month or so after Mixtape 2019. And the New Kids changed me. Like Backstreet Boys.
You didn't see Backstreet and New Kids when they were touring together?
No.
Okay.
Nope, we didn't. I hadn't seen Backstreet Boys since I was probably 13 years old.
I see.
And so then when we were at the mixtape show, we saw Backstreet Boys were coming, and I was like, oh, we should go to that too. Like, it's Backstreet Boys. Like, New Kids on the Block compared to, like, it's completely different. I had no idea what I was missing, I guess, until 2019 when my sister took me to see New Kids in Sacramento.
Okay, so for everyone watching, what do you feel like was the big difference between how they each, because I've been to both shows as well from that year, and there is a different feeling.
Yeah, I think for me it was like you could tell that they, not that the Backstreet Boys don't want to be there, but like you could tell that the New Kids wanted to be there. Like they interacted with the crowd, they came out into the crowd, like everything, you know, it was tons of just interaction with everybody, whereas I feel like the Backstreet Boys were so far away and so unreachable. Like they were there and they were doing their songs and they were doing their dances, but like they definitely felt like they were performing and just putting on a show versus being like, you know, a part of it with everybody. Like I feel like the guys, the show isn't just a show for them. Like it's a whole like party, right? Like they put their everything into the shows, whereas they're not just doing like, they're okay, cool, and now we're on this song and now we're gonna do this dance. Like I feel like for them it's like more than just a concert.
Do you know what I would love to talk to someone about? Somebody who's been on both the New Kids cruise and the BSB cruise, because I know that Backstreet has cruised before, to kind of understand the difference between those two experiences as well.
I do wonder if they're out in the crowd and stuff as much as the guys are.
Yeah, I don't know the last time that Backstreet did a cruise though. They probably haven't done as many as New Kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to the rodeo last week.
I did.
What was your most legendary moment at the rodeo? Or tell us one of, I'm sure there were plenty of legendary moments.
There were a few. I mean, to me, the stage was one of the coolest stages I've ever seen, like ever in my life. I've been to a lot of concerts, but like there's just something about the stage and the lights and the screens. Like the way they lit up that entire stadium was amazing. Going live with Donnie after the show wasn't so bad. And then really it's just the people, like the people that I was there with, the people we met up with there. And then running into John while he was on his way to go see the llamas wasn't terrible either. I was actually taking a picture of Tiffany in front of the Houston Rodeo sign, and I was like, hey, Tiff, like pointing, and she was like, why are we not going? And I was like, hold still, let me take your picture. And then we went and we took our pictures with him. And then ran into him again in the vendor area.
For those who don't know who she's saying, Tiff is Tiffany in the City.
Sorry.
Who joined like 2 weeks ago. So
Tiffany in the City, she was a lot more than 2 weeks ago. But she's in the chat right now.
Yeah. But yeah, it was funny because I was just like, cool, like, let me take your picture. And then, like, first off, I didn't really even notice John, to be honest. I was like, oh, hey, look, it's Sean. Oh, my God, it's Paris. And then I was like, oh, and there's John. Cool. Like,
right. And
I didn't
Sean
even notice him at first.
One of the security guards, and Paris is the photographer. Yeah. That's who you were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's funny. And then Tiffany was like, oh my gosh. And then we like walked over calm. And then we were just like, okay, like, can we please take a picture? And then we talked and walked and actually ended up walking towards the venue with them for a little while, just because we happened to be going in the same direction. We were trying to, there were baby pigs, and they were like only like 3 days old, and they were so cute. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love baby pigs. Okay. So we're asking people a controversial question, which is, who said Minneapolis?
Joe. It was absolutely Joe. That poor boy has no idea where he's at.
You know what? And if he's got 50 shows lined up, or however, 47 left, whatever, if they're not in LA, he better figure out where he's at.
Right? It better happen. Like, he has to go to Minneapolis now. Like, if he doesn't go, like, he has to. And then he should say, hey, Houston.
Yeah.
Just to make it fun.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea.
I'm going to hashtagging Joe Show Minneapolis, because I live 4 hours away. So I'm in.
Perfect.
I'm maybe not going to LA, but I'll go to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I'm in. Okay, so while you were at the rodeo, did you take in any of the sights and scenes? What were some of the extra kind of curricular activities that you did?
Just while we were in Houston in general, we went to the aquarium the day after, because we had some time to kill after we checked out of our Airbnb. It was amazing to be, like, I've never been to an aquarium in the middle of the week, because usually that's like the thing you do on the weekends, right? When you're off work. And I'm not going to lie, we were a little nervous because when we pulled up, there was like 18 school buses outside, and I was like, great.
Yeah.
But there is a playground outside, so all the kids were outside. So we actually got to take in all of the whole aquarium with no children. It was pretty much just us in there the whole time. So that was pretty awesome. And then on Monday, Terry Williams, she was on here.
She's here right now. I see her.
Yes.
Oh, there she is.
Yes. Texas Salad Bar.
Yeah, so she sent out a list of good restaurants and stuff like that we should check out. And the very first night we were there, we went to the steakhouse, Taste of Texas. And like, I'm a huge salad person. So like, we went, the salad bar was freaking amazing. I got my steak. And then the day we were leaving, we had time to kill. We're like, what do we want to do? And we were like, we're going to the salad bar. So we went back to Taste of Texas, and they have they have these like Asiago bread roll twist things. Oh my God. Like, so good. So good. So it was worth it. And then Terry's house, she had to get together at her house on Monday, and she was on the lake. I saw
those pictures. I didn't realize that was her house.
Yeah, yeah.
With the pool.
Yeah. She has an amazing house. So we went out there. Chas, Tiffany, and I had made Jell-O shots, one in each color of the guys. So there was a lot of those to be had. And then, we just swam, hung out in the pool, took a ride on the jet ski.
Did you go to any of the pre-parties? Like last week we had Eva and Melissa on. They hosted a party at like the Armadillo. Did you go to that? We did.
We went to the Armadillo. It was so much fun. There was so many people there, and it was cool because I don't know if they were expecting that many people to show up, like the wait staff, because I'm pretty sure they only had one bartender and one server.
Again, a Tuesday afternoon, right?
Right, exactly. And then here we all walk in, and we're like ordering food and drinks and drinks and drinks and food, and it was so much fun now. And like just seeing everybody, because really you're not going to see them at the show. So it was neat to get that time to hang out with people before we all went our separate ways to our own seats and stuff.
Nice. And then, of course, after the show, you got on the live with Donnie.
So we were all going to go to Waffle House, of course, as one does after the show. And we were trying to figure out where we were going to meet. And we had decided to meet at the Big Orange Boot. So we're all just hanging out around there and saw that Donnie was live. And so my sister Chas was on her phone. Tiffany was on hers. And they both had requested around the same time. And then all of a sudden Tiffany's phone says Donnie has invited you to join, and she was like, I don't know how to answer this. I was like, I don't either. Just
I feel like I saw a lot of people
right
figuring it out.
So we figured it out, and then we just screamed because we couldn't hear anything he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dana Martinez, she was there with us, and she had gone to the bathroom, and she said she was watching his live on the way back and saw us on there and then sprinted the whole way to get back to where we were, so that way she could be in the live with us.
Did she make it in time?
She did.
This was pretty quick. He had people on pretty quick. Okay.
Yeah, in a couple of the pictures, you can see like her head poking up. There was just like a thing of heads.
Yeah.
Head. And then Tiffany's hat, of course.
Right. And I think at the end, like, of all the people who were on, everybody was like, how do I take myself down? There was all this
like at the end, I was
and Johnny doesn't know how to do it either. No. Johnny, I can show you how to take people live if you want.
Well, he kept saying you have to hang up, and I was like, we don't know how, other than leaving the live, I guess, which is what we ended up doing, and then going back in. Yeah. But it was awesome. It was so much fun.
So cool. Like it sounds like a whirlwind, right? Where you in there kind of like in and out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So should the new kids play the Houston Rodeo again in the coming years, what are like some 3 top tips that you have for Blockheads to help make the experience the best possible?
If they played Houston again?
The Houston Rodeo.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they should or not. Like, it was an amazing show, but I kind of feel like for them, as well as like for the fans, like it's kind of a really cool, like once in a lifetime type thing, I think, because the Houston Rodeo, like the new kids at the rodeo, like who would have ever guessed that, you know? My friend lives there, and he had sent me a screenshot, he sent me a text, and he said, the new kids are playing the rodeo. And I was like, yeah, whatever, you're full of shit. And then he sent me a screenshot of the lineup. And I just remember being so shocked, because that's, you never would guess. But I mean, Machine Gun Kelly played last night. Yeah. So I guess you never really know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It was really
cool. They
cool.
had to throw a couple of curveballs in there, whoever's planning the rodeo. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they get invited again, I do think that it would be really, really awesome. But I think for them too, that's probably like a lifetime memory, just being on that stage. The stage was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, the stage was insane. The way the arms of the star lifted and moved around and stuff was just nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because the people last week, they were talking about how there's literally there's a lot of poop flying all over the place. So maybe keep that in mind if they happen to go to the Houston Rodeo again.
I would say tips if you don't want poop thrown on you. Maybe don't sit in action seats, because that's more likely to happen. Don't expect to be up against the stage, because you're not. Even the chute seats were probably 20 yards away. And then go into it with no expectations. I kind of feel like that should be everybody's approach to every show, every cruise, everything. It's just to go in with no expectations, go in to spend time with your friends and see a show with these 5 guys, I think that's probably the way everybody should approach their shows.
Okay, so now that they've done the rodeo, is there anything that you can think of that would be kind of a really cool experience for another show for new kids to show up at?
Fenway.
Oh,
we need Fenway again. We absolutely need Fenway. Maybe in the spring this time, because it was miserable and humid in August or July or August. I have never been, my ankles have never been more swollen in my life. I wore these really cute ankle boots that had cutouts, and my sister had to help me take the boots off because my ankles were so swollen that they
Did she have to cut them off or?
She had to pull them. It was yeah. So if they could do it in the spring, that'd be great.
And that's so hot. And then afterwards, you could not get Uber. So I had to walk a mile back to our hotel with my swollen feet. And I think the next morning, I cannot walk. It's not happening.
I'm very lucky in the sense that my sister is an ultra planner.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as
and Tiffany is an ultra planner too.
Yeah.
So between the two of them, you don't have to do anything.
No, just tell me when to be at the airport or when to have my bag packed, which was another adventure. I almost missed, I didn't almost miss the flight, but we had gone to a crab feed the night before the flight out to Houston. And I had told myself, I'm going to be really good. And I'm not going to drink a lot. And I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Got home, finished a couple things of packing, and then fell asleep, and then slept through my alarm and woke up to my sister's face on my phone. And then I answered it I'm awake. And she was like, you're not awake. Get out of bed. I'll be there in 5 minutes. So that was fun. Yeah.
So what else is in your new kids calendar for the year? We know we have the cruise and BlockCon and the California show. Are you doing any of them?
Not doing Joe this Friday.
Oh, right. And Joe this Friday.
It's far enough away that it's not easy, and nor is it cheap. And then, so yes to BlockCon. Yes to the casino. It's actually the day after my sister's birthday, so it's gonna be her birthday celebration. And then the cruise, yeah. So it's gonna be a fun year. It's crazy. I've already put all the days in on the calendar, and my boss thinks I'm a psycho. He says he's judging me because of why I'm taking all these days off. Not that I'm taking that many off, just the fact that I'm taking off that many days for the new kids. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Just bring him to one show and then he'll get it, right?
I could try.
Yeah.
My sister's husband went with us to last year's tour, to the Sacramento show with us, and he was like, "That was actually really fun. Like, it was fun. I don't know that I need to go again, but he did say it was a lot of fun." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds your boss sounds like a pretty decent guy to make sure that you have all those days off.
Well, and nice. I just started back in November on the 1st because they wanted to start me October 15th. And I was like, I can't start October. I'm going on a cruise. Like, sorry. But no, he had asked, he's like, do you want to start on the 15th or the 1st? And I was like, the 1st would be great because I'm going on a cruise that I can't miss. So after I started, he's like, what cruise were you on? And I told him, so now he knows. Yeah.
Secrets out there. Yeah. It's okay. All my colleagues know.
Yeah.
Also.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Okay. So we won't find out theme for a very long time. But what is your dream cruise theme?
Horror.
Wait, what?
Like a horror.
Not just full-blown horror.
Not pimps and hoes.
And actually somebody, I don't know where, if it was on Twitter or somebody pointed out that the Friday on the cruise is going to be Friday the 13th.
Exactly. And I'm like a horror freak.
Yeah.
So I would love it. If I'm going to miss my regular Friday the 13th cheap tattoo day, I might as well, I should get a horror theme, right? Like,
we should get a tattoo artist on the boat then too.
I'm sure.
I think that's been brought up a couple times as well.
I've literally mentioned that, and I'm sure
Elena's husband should come.
That's what I just said. I've literally mentioned to Danny, like, we know a tattoo artist who could probably
Elena's husband is a tattoo artist?
Yes. He's done, I could show you several of mine that he's done, but yeah. It's a blessing and a curse that he moved, because I think I went from 2 tattoos to 7 in a year and a half with him.
Oh, wow.
It's a little too easy to have that in your family, but
yeah,
that would be kind of fun to have a horror tattoo flash tattoo cruise experience.
And have it be like new kids themed, like a new kids Friday the 13th tattoo would be so cool.
Oh, okay.
That makes my brain start spinning.
I know.
So how are you feeling about the 2 days at sea?
I'm actually pretty excited. So I feel like last year, having the 2 days, I'd never been anywhere tropical, really. I guess the most tropical place I'd been before the cruise was Miami. And so it was really cool being on the beach and experiencing that and everything. But I feel like we didn't see the boat really at all. Like the picture, that one day at sea picture day, we explored a little bit, but I feel like there's so much of the boat that I didn't see. I'd see people posting pictures after the cruise and I'd be like, that was on the boat? Like, where was that? So I'm excited to spend a day like up at the pool and like definitely doing the slide multiple times and then just exploring and seeing all the different doors and like all the different hallways and stuff. I'm excited to actually have the opportunity to do that this time.
And hopefully with the 2 days at sea, that'll break up the photos. So they don't, like, the new kids don't have to do all of our photos in one day.
I have a feeling it'll be probably early dining one day, late dining the next.
I think so as well.
That's the feeling I have, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Put the shoes up.
Everybody's saying bless you because you sneezed.
Oh, I did.
Bless you.
Trying to hide.
Yeah. I can still hear you.
True.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
I'm done. I promise. So aside from the concert, we didn't even talk about the prom, but we will.
Okay.
And seeing all of your friends, what's something that you're hoping to see at BlockCon?
So I'm hoping to catch a baseball game while we're there, just because we'll be there. It's baseball season, and I would love to see a game at Wrigley. And now that Cody Bellinger didn't come to the Giants and he went to the Cubs, it would be really cool to see him, even though he's still wearing blue. It'd be really cool to like see him and just catch a game at Wrigley Stadium. And then hopefully we remember to have an espresso martini. I've never had one. And every time we go anywhere, talk about having one, and we keep forgetting. So
and I we'll have one.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've only had one in my life, and I keep meaning like, oh, I should get another one. I keep on forgetting about it.
Yeah, never had one before. I did have a Manhattan in Manhattan though, so that was pretty cool. But it was terrible. I have now learned I don't like Manhattans, but I can say that I've had one.
Okay, but like at the BlockCon, right? In terms of like what they have planned for us, right? For the actual event. Okay, aside from the pictures and seeing your friends and the prom, is there anything else that you would really love to be part of the BlockCon experience?
What like we've talked about a lot is, you know, those 360 cameras?
Oh yeah.
I would love for them to have one of those.
Yeah.
There. Like I would
you see
love
on like the red
that.
carpets for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. And then I did see that the Rosemont Theater like shared their staircase with like a ton of different balloons and stuff. So I'm hoping that they decorate that, you know, with neon balloon archways and stuff, and that would make for some really cool stair pictures, you know. But 360, and then like it would just be cool. Just I'm who knows? Like, how do you have a new kids convention? Like, what is there gonna be? Like, and when I think convention, I think a bunch of little like knickknacks, you know, like that you pick up like a keychain or a chapstick or whatever from all these different companies that are usually at conventions. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of little things they have for us to do during the day. Because sitting on a panel, like that'll be a lot of fun hearing them answer. But in the meantime, what are we supposed to do? You know, I'm interested to see what kind of stuff they have.
Yeah.
Very, very.
I think that there's, you know, with the convention, there's so many options and so many possibilities. So it'll be exciting to see what they pull together.
Yeah. Yep. So, and it'll actually kind of sort of be like we've had proms at the brewery. My sister owns a brewery, so anybody in the area. But I never went to real prom. So like this will be the closest thing to, I think, a real prom, and that'll be cool. It'll be awesome. I tried to get my sister to come, but unfortunately it's my niece's 15th birthday, the day of the prom. So I told my sister that we should just force her to come, and she can spend her 15th birthday at prom with the new kids, because who else could say they went to prom with the new kids for their 15th birthday? And my niece said to me, Aunt Brie, nobody knows who they are.
Yeah, it doesn't really have as much impact for her.
She's like, whatever, you guys are crazy. But yeah.
I have a 15-year-old boy. We could set them up.
Oh,
and they have prom.
Perfect.
Together.
There we go.
Murder.
Yeah. Yeah, she would also not be.
Not happening.
You know what? There's a question in here. Someone's asked, when do you think the cruise themes will be released? Do either of you remember from the last cruise when they were released? Was it sometime in like,
I think it's like July.
was it August or September?
July or August, I think.
Really? I thought it was a little bit later. Like, honestly, you could probably go back on their, was it announced on their Instagram? You could probably go back in their Instagram and find out.
Yeah, I think it was. I know that we had enough time to plan, at least, and to, you know, Amazon order everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably like August.
Yeah, people are saying, July, August.
I'm looking.
Yeah, but I think like no matter what, it's never early enough. People are always really eager to start planning and start creating and buying, right? So
super excited. I feel like we have to, you know, one up our theme outfits from last year, right? But like, how do you do that when you don't even know what they are? I mean, GPS night, that's super easy.
So Carlos asked, can we plan on some of the themes now? GPS night, right? GPS night is the last night, and typically like the point to GPS night is to dress representing where you're from.
Either like your
so that could be your city,
your country.
Yeah, your city, your state, your country, or like your heritage. Yeah.
So like last year I wore, like my sister and I both wore Warriors stuff because we're from the Bay Area.
I wore a Raptors jersey in.
Yeah, so we wore
Warriors stuff.
Yeah. But we like they beat the Celtics last year, so we had to. Like it was the perfect opportunity. And then I think Donnie did say we couldn't hear anything on the live, but it sounds like Donnie said that they're going to do a cowboy night on the cruise.
I think he did say that. So, I mean, I'm not gonna believe anything until I see it in writing.
I feel like you know, Donnie is very excited about things in the moment, and then who knows what happens after that.
Yeah. I think so as well, right? Let's not forget, there are 4 others in the group, plus other people they might have to consult.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how many times you can get Danny in a cowboy hat in a year. So
that's a very valid point.
right.
I'm trying to get. I don't even see. I'm going through all my emails. When
my
last
sister just looked through. She said it came in August.
In August?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I got time to on. It's fine. There are some very key items that you can just kind of start to purchase no matter what, which is like glitter.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. You're gonna need some glitter.
Cool float.
But keep in mind though that you're gonna have to be able to blow up that floaty on your own, right? Unless you're gonna bring some kind of pump. So
yeah. So I'm trying to think like what else you can plan. I mean, sail away. You can plan sail away.
Yep.
That's
yeah,
easy.
if you want to have a special sail away outfit.
Mm-hmm. What else can you prepare for the cruise? Sleep. Don't sleep. Start practicing now.
Just completely make up for it.
Yeah. Completely just start sleep deprivation training.
Yeah.
Just start it now.
Yeah.
Because you don't it's fun. I was saying yesterday, actually, we were talking about it, and I was so deliriously like blacked out after the sail away or after the GPS night, not from drinking, literally from not sleeping. Like I barely remember going to the airport. I barely remember our flight home just because I hadn't slept in 37 hours or whatever the heck it had been. So by the time we got to the airport, I was gone. I was physically there, but my brain was turned off already.
Right. And like Meg said, you can also, if you want to plan a special outfit for your photo op, you can work on that as well. Somebody's also asked, what is sail away? So the sail away party is basically, so the cruise leaves on Thursday, so it usually happens Thursday at around 3-4 in the afternoon. So like everybody who wants to gathers on the Lido deck, and then that's the first time that you see the new kids on the cruise, unless you happen to have caught them when they're boarding. But it's when they come out, and they play
the welcome party
song, and you do the oath, and then it's kind of gets you hyped, and then it usually lasts about an hour, if even. Oh, Meg's saying 5. Okay, so it happens early, and then later on that night you also have the Lido deck party.
Yep. So you have enough time to go to your room, unpack a little bit, change, because I don't know about other people. When we did the shows or dinners and stuff, we would put on our theme night outfits before and then just go straight to the Lido, just because it's easier that way. So you have time to at least do that after sail away. I would recommend not forgetting your memory, your glass. Everybody, you buy the special cup that comes with a special themed drink. Don't forget it on the Lido deck because you'll never see it again. I don't have my cup from last year because. And
heads up, that thing is $17 American. I made the mistake once, and I'm never buying that thing again. I like my little plastic cup from the 2017 cruise, but I was like, $17 American. I stupidly thought it was free.
Yeah. No. The only time you get free drinks is that first hour of the first night.
Noted. Yeah.
So you have to be prepared and just look for the person with the tray. And every time they go by, just grab one. Because if you don't get one, you'll not get one at all. So if you see a person.
Also asking, when can you purchase drink packages? I don't buy the drink packages, so I'll let you guys answer.
Not until probably September when they release us to Carnival. So it's usually 4 weeks before we're supposed to sail out. They'll release the whole itinerary, the whole list of people to Carnival. That's when you can do your drink package, your internet, order the water delivery to your room, buy the cabanas or whatever else you want to do.
Right. Yeah, so you have time. Don't worry, you're not
plenty of time.
You're supposed to be doing right now. There's plenty of time, and they'll keep you posted.
And the drink packages and the water to your room, you could order those the day before we book. From what I understand, not if you don't get that the month before, you're not going to get it. Although I want to say the drink package does run out. So many spots for that.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe I would say maybe they should sell less this year because last year was so hard. Trying to get up there to get a drink, it's so hard. There's so many people, and just trying to get through to get to the bar is one thing. And then once you're there, it's hard to get somebody's attention to even get a drink. So just be prepared for that too. Be prepared to wait in line and wait for drinks because it's
we could have a whole separate conversation about what was different last cruise than previous cruises, because that's one of the big ones for me was the ability to get a drink was much harder this time. Who knows why? I don't know. But it could be the drink.
I have a theory.
Well, we can talk about that offline.
We can talk about that offline. Yeah.
Regardless, it was so nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you too. I can't wait to see you guys in May.
Yes. Espresso martini. And I think Tiffany in the comments said that she was up for it as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Bryanna. It was nice to meet you.
Nice chatting with you, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, see you soon.
Okay.
Take care, and I'll take you down.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You know what? There was another question in here. Somebody asked. We answered this one. Okay.
Oh, God.
Where do you all hope the band performs this year? Question mark. Canada? Question mark. I think it's pretty safe to say that everybody will respond. I hope that they play in, insert my city, insert my country. I would love it if they played in Toronto, Canada. That would be great. People in the chat, where would you like the New Kids to play? Another Toronto. Ashley, would you like them to play in Sioux Falls?
They will never. No, I've extensively talked to Danny about this.
Right.
Never gonna happen. But honestly, probably my dream, I should have gone to Carnegie. That would have been amazing. Now, no. Oh, if they did Radio City or if
Apollo. I'm still regretting not going to Apollo. I would love to go to that.
Yeah. Anything like that that's like a really historic kind of special venue, I would love to travel to. I don't know what the future holds, right? It could be my wedding anniversary. I'm not going, but the cruise here is the first time I'm not going to miss my husband's birthday.
Oh, nice.
Different.
Okay, what about if the New Kids played one of the old gymnasiums that they played in early on, and we just they sold tickets on the bleachers, and that would be kind of fun.
I also think it'd be kind of fun to have it's going to be way too expensive, but they had the whole Magic Summer Disney showcase thing that they did. If they did that again, in front of the castle, the Disney.
Maybe I'd actually go to Disney for that.
The Disney adult that I am and the New Kids fan that I am would probably explode.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah, people are saying their school in Dorchester, their high school in Dorchester. That'd be so interesting.
The Boys and Girls Club, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, especially
sorry, what did you say?
As a fundraiser, the Boys and Girls Club.
Exactly.
I would way more than I'd ever pay for a concert to do that.
You know what? Now you put it out there.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna start.
All my money.
Okay, I'm gonna grab our next guest. Okay, we've got 2 people joining us, and so bear with me. Do you want to reset the room in case there's anybody here who joined us a little bit late?
Yes. Okay. So everyone, thank you for joining Blockhead U. We've been doing this for we don't even know how many weeks at this point. We're judging his hair.
We're judging by the roots in my hair, yeah.
But we're very grateful that you're all here and that you continue to join us every week. If you are joining us right now and you have not before, up in the left-hand corner, the little arrow pointing down, click on that. Anyone who's going to join us live, you'll be able to see their handles and go follow them, please, because they're taking the time to join us. We want you to follow them as well. And hello, ladies.
Hi. Hi. How you doing?
Welcome.
Really
Thanks for having us.
Can you introduce yourselves and let us know where you're joining us from?
Sure thing. Katie, you go first. Hi, I'm Katie. I am one half of the Boston Blockheads, Melissa here. I'm calling in from just outside of Boston.
And hi guys, I'm the second half of the Boston Blockheads. I'm Melissa, and I am in lovely Denver Metro, Colorado.
Now,
welcome.
Are you Canadian? You're born in Canada?
Yes, so I was born in Canada, born in Newfoundland, Canada.
Cool.
and raised in Boston, and then moved out here to Denver, Colorado. So
Wow.
I'm a newfie. I'm a newfie.
You're a newfie. I love it. But you don't have the accent.
No. So my family is, a good chunk of my family is still up there. And then part of my family is still in Boston and a bunch of my friends. And so basically what has happened is I have this very generic accent as a result of everything. So,
Yeah, if anybody isn't familiar with Newfoundland, that's on like the east coast of Canada, and they have a wild accent. It's kind of a combination of,
I'm going to say it's very much almost like an Irish accent.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the best way I can describe it, is like not Irish, but almost Irish.
Almost Irish. Yeah. Well, I've never been to Newfoundland before. I really hope to visit it someday.
It's beautiful. I hope you get to visit sometime.
Yeah.
I love it.
So how did the two of you meet, and when, and how?
Katie, I'm also going to let you take this one.
Okay. So we go way back. We actually met in 1994 in line for a New Kids show. So we saw the Face the Music tour in Providence, Rhode Island. We didn't know each other, but we had a mutual friend. Melissa knew her from high school. I grew up across the street from her. So I spotted her in line, stopped to chat, started hanging out with them because they love New Kids too. And in 1994, that was a dwindling crew. So I was like, yay, people who like what I like. And then I don't know how it happened. I ended up transferring high schools. Like, we became friends. It's like, if you meet me in line at a New Kids concert, you're pretty much stuck with me. So.
Wait, did you transfer like to her high school?
Yeah. See, we kind of kidnapped her, Melanie. It was like one of the...
It's fine. I didn't like the first one anyway. I was looking for something new.
Katie, I kind of have to throw this in. Like, it was a general admission show, guys, for the Face the Music tour, and we were like hell bent on getting right up in the front, because prior to this it was like Magic Summer Tour where everybody was an ant, you know. We're getting right up in the front, so we got out there way early in the morning. And so after spending, you know, I don't know what, 8 hours on a sidewalk with each other, we had it cemented that was it. Like, we were each other's peeps, and we're like, oh, you don't like your high school? Come to ours. You're now our friend, you know? So
and
that
like,
was
you
it.
guys were sitting in line, and it's not like you're playing with your phones. Like, you're just talking, right?
Yeah.
It was 1994. It was pen and paper. There were no phones. We were like kicking, you know, I don't know, trash around on the sidewalk, you know? So, like, that's where it was at. And
there was nothing left to do other than chat.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I met her and actually several other friends that I still have to this day as a result of that show. So
Okay, so you guys met there, but what is both of your earliest New Kids memory?
Oh gosh. Well, mine, so I grew up in West Roxbury, Massachusetts, which is inside, you know, city of Boston. And so my childhood friend Jen, I was over her house one day, and we both loved Tiffany, and she won tickets to see Tiffany through Kiss 108, which was a local radio station. And I didn't get to go with her, but she was like, oh my God, I went to go see Tiffany. And there was this band that opened up for Tiffany, and there were these 5 cute boys from Jamaica Plain in Dorchester, which, guys, for people who don't know the area, was like right next door to where we lived. And I was like, you got to tell me, like, who are these cute boys? I got to know, you know? She's like, well, I've got the tape. I went out and I bought the tape. She, you know, unrolls the whole inner sleeve, you know, from back in the day. And I'm all like, ooh, you know? And so I remember that. And then the next thing that's very clear to me is that my folks bought a VCR, and the first thing we owned was the Hang and Tough Live.
Bless.
And that was the only thing
great
we had to
VHS
test
tape.
it out. And I pretty much forced my whole family. I was like, oh, new VCR? We're all testing this out, which with the New Kids on the Block VHS. So yeah, I pretty much,
Now, did your VCR have the rewind button, or did you have like another? I remember at one point there had to be like another device to like rewind.
Oh yeah, you had to take it out and put it in a machine.
It was another machine to rewind.
No, so I was lucky enough to have the rewind.
Okay, I don't remember that. I only heard about.
However, my parents were not lucky enough to have anything else to play in their VCR for quite some time, other than the Hanging Tough live video. So they got to watch that, but. That's it in a nutshell.
And what about you? What's your like earliest memories?
I was thinking about that, and I kind of don't really remember, because when they came out in, what was it, late 88, I had just turned 9 years old. So I was, still a little kid at that point. So I like, the memory that kind of comes back to me is sitting in the back seat of my mom's Ford Taurus station wagon with my Walkman and the Hangin' Tough tape, and like singing. And then I remember begging my mom to put it in the dash so we could like have it louder. And I remember my dad in the front seat, like Jordan hit a high note once, and like I remember my dad like physically turning around, being like jolting, like, what was that? And I was like, leave him alone, Dad. So yeah, no, it like the VHSs, the cassettes, walking uptown with my mutual friend, who, when we were real little kids, we used to walk uptown to the drugstore and, get the Teen Beats and the Bops and the 16s and all those things.
I think it's kind of cool that like when you can't even remember your first memory, like you've just always known them.
Yeah,
right?
they're
like they've just always been there. I don't know how they entered my life, but they've always been a part of it. I know,
and I think that's part of why I feel like I don't necessarily, like, I still get a bit starstruck, but I don't get super starstruck anymore. I don't feel like, because I just kind of feel like I've known them forever, even though they don't know me.
Right. Now, did you guys get to meet them back in the day? So tell us all about that.
So for me, the first time officially meeting them was at the Face the Music album signing. So they had there was this big to-do at Tower Records downtown Boston when they had that album release. And obviously they had a little bit of a break, between touring and the release of that album. And our mutual friend that introduced us, and this was before I met Katie, was like, oh my God, we have to go to this album signing. And thankfully her dad brought us and stood out on the sidewalk with us pretty much all night. And it was a dream come true for me. And they were there, at a table, and my heart's like beating just talking about it. So crazy, I'm ridiculous. But still to this day I remember it. And they were all five of them sitting at the table, and I bought a tape. I didn't even have a CD player at that point in time. And I didn't want them to sign my tape fold out. I had a piece of paper for them to sign. And so I talked to all five of them, and it was amazing. That was the first time meeting them. And I talked to each one of them and just gushed. I was 16 years old. And then
in the comments, NKOTB Confetti Chaser is saying that they were at that Face the Music signing
Oh
too.
my gosh, really? It was amazing, right? And do you remember how cold it was? There was ice all around the sidewalk. I just remember being so freezing.
How long were you waiting outside for?
It was at least, we started standing out there around 10 o'clock at night, and my receipt is on our page. And I think it was like 2:30 or 3 o'clock when it has the register.
I think it said 3 something.
Like
what I remember.
Did it go on sale at midnight, and then you mean 2 a.m. is when? Okay.
Yeah, and so I got in around 3.
Yeah.
So it was quite a long time, and God bless my friend's dad for sitting with us. But holy moly, it was a dream come true for me, and I just melted into a puddle. But anyway, with them living, you know, close by, and with it being some downtime for them, you know, they all kind of went on these separate endeavors, especially Joe at that time. And so I was lucky enough to actually meet Joe several times after that. You know, he did some independent theater. You know, he did this show called The Barking Sharks, which was up in Gloucester. I met him there. He sang at the Footlight Club in Jamaica Plain, which is a local theater.
Right.
I'm there.
But there's a family connection with that, right? Like his mom,
so Carol was there. His mom was there at one point in time. And so it was just, you know, I feel really lucky to have been close by during that point in time, because it's just special. So I got to do that, and I feel really, really lucky to have done it.
Yeah, I think you're the envy of a lot of people in the chat, a lot of the Blockheads that you got, especially during the Face the Music era.
Yeah,
right?
It's my fave. I can't lie. You know, it's something special about it. And as much as I love now, mind you, the Block sent me over the moon, because when that happened, it was like, oh my God, this is really happening. But when Face the Music came out, I was like, man, they're like assertive. They're doing this thing.
And of course, you're older as well, right?
I mean, I'm 45, right? And so I felt like I just felt so proud of them, you know? And so, like, to this day, that album really just holds a special place in my heart. And we did a whole live on it, you know? And so, I don't know. It will always be a thing with me. But yeah. So anyway.
And what about you, Katie? Did you get to meet them back in the day, and what was that like?
So I have kind of a little bit of a different story. So when I went to college in Boston too, and so when I was, I think it was 1999, when Jordan was doing his solo tour, I was actually working at a local record store in Faneuil Hall. And one day our district manager came in and said, hey, we need some extra staff up at the Square One Mall in Saugus, because we have an artist signing that's going to be happening. And I was like, oh God, I don't want to drive to Saugus. So I was like, it was like a Tuesday or something. And I was like, who's the artist? And he's like, some guy named Jordan Knight. And I was like, say what now? I was like, I'm in. So I actually had to work his record signing. So I was
to work his record signing.
Had to. No, I got to. I said I got to.
I had the pleasure to work.
So I was it was the weirdest thing. Like, I was standing right next to him, and I was like the person who was like ushering the next one through, and I was like, oh my God, you're like right there.
In professional mode.
I did. I had
representing
my
the company
face on. I was good. You know, I was like, we're professional.
Uh-oh. We're frozen. She froze.
Oh, Katie, come back.
Katie, come back.
Did you do the Katie come back dance?
I'm here.
Oh, she's here, but she's just frozen.
Okay, you're back.
Am I frozen with a weird face?
It's a little pixelated, but it's all good. So just rewind a little bit. So
my phone got excited, apparently.
Okay,
that's fair.
Okay, so you were working while you were helping usher the fans through. Professional face.
Ushering people through, getting their, you know, CDs autographed and whatever. And then at the end, the line was done. He was there. He was like, "Come on over." And like, so I sat down. It was really sweet. Like, asked me just like a couple brief questions, like, "Oh, like you work here, you're in school, like, you know, blah blah blah." So I got a picture, and this is like my biggest Blockhead blunder. I don't know where that picture is. I cannot find it for the life of me. It has not.
You know, and
it was like it's pre-digital days, right? Yeah. So it's like I actually had it. I'm like, I have no idea where I had it. So like, if I had to actually prove the story happened, I couldn't do it anymore.
You know, I have a picture with Jordan from back in the day too. I've talked about it here. It's terrible, and I thought I had lost it, but I found it. Yeah. I also have a picture with Britney Spears. Ooh. Don't know where it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, I hope that you find it. I'm sure it'll pop up.
Yeah.
Sure you'll find it.
Fingers crossed.
But I believe you. Yeah. Even if you don't have it, I believe you.
Yeah. That was a fun memory. I really enjoyed that.
That's amazing.
for both of you, being blockheads, as long as you have been, and passionate blockheads, what's changed from the beginning to now?
Oh gosh, I mean, social media. Social media is obviously the huge thing, you know. I mean, networking for me, truth be told, and I'm not proud to say it, or maybe I am. It is what it is. Networking for me was driving around Boston and being like, hey, I'm outside of Joe's house. Who are you? Let me get your phone number, and we're now friends, you know?
Right.
And I still have friends to this day who I actually just reconnected with because of Joe's Carnegie Hall show, because of this, you know? And, you know, you grow up, you realize you probably shouldn't have been doing this. But hey, I made some amazing friends because of this. I was young, whatever. But social media is amazing, and the connection is amazing, you know? And like, it's funny. I don't know why. I've been a fan forever. I've been on social media forever. For some reason, I only just figured out as of like, I don't know, the last 4 years that I was like, oh, I could interact with new kids and new kids fans this way. Meanwhile, I could have been doing it the last 10. Right. I have no idea why I didn't do it sooner. It's so bizarre to me.
I guess because,
you know?
Like, really, like, it still seems unattainable. Right? You think about these celebrities, and it's like, yeah, okay, like, there's some social media manager who's on the other end, but like with you kids, it's different. Like, actually them.
But even like aside from that aspect, like, as I just like when I was saying like, oh, I'm outside of so-and-so's house, where I'm driving around, I'm like, oh, whatever. And I meet X person and we're like, exchange numbers, let's be friends. And you're in Canada or you're in Germany and we're now friends, right? In 1994, you know? Now I have this ability across social media to be friends with you. You know, and Katie and I started this Boston Blockheads page in October. And I will tell you, like, through this, it's only been what? I'm not strong at math.
It's been this long.
5 months.
This long.
5 months.
This long. And I live out here in Colorado. And not just Colorado, but like you know, I go back to Boston. I go back and forth all the time because I have family and obviously friends back there. And I've made like new friends and new connections because of this whole thing. And so like that to me is the big thing. Social media, you know, for its bumps and bruises and whatever it is, actually an amazing thing because I feel like it can be really used for a positive and keep people connected. So that's my take. Katie?
I agree. Same thing.
Yeah.
She said
so
it.
Last week, a major milestone for the two of you. You booked a cabin on your very first week on the Block cruise. Okay. What made you decide to take the plunge in 2023?
So we've been dying to go on the cruise for a while. I will say Melissa has been asking me to go for longer than I was willing to go.
Right.
She's been asking me for years to go. And the first couple of years I was like, absolutely not. No, I'm not going on that. Because I was a little brat. But then I started looking at it and looking at stuff. And I was like, wait, this actually looks really fun. And then just over the years, like life has just not lined up for both of us to be able to do it at the same time. And like, I don't want to go without her and vice versa. So this was really, you know, the first year where jobs, buying houses, marriages, divorces haven't gotten in the way. So we were like, you know what, we're going to do it. So. And
you said that you started your page in October of last year. Like, did you start it like after the cruise? Because I've noticed that
FOMO.
I noticed that with this last cruise, that like after effect on social media was unlike any other.
Like we could
year.
feel it we weren't even on the cruise and we were like we fucked up. Like, we should be on this boat.
I have to interrupt for 1 second. We attended the virtual cruise during the pandemic.
Oh, that's right.
True.
That's right.
I
Enough
don't
respect to the
bring
virtual
up the
cruise,
pandemic because it's a tough situation.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, we attended it.
I will say, I feel like that moment for us when we were watching that 2020 cruise, that is what, like, we started to unlock some new levels in our, like, Blockhead fandom. Like, in the years, like, the last couple of years since, we're, like, just, like, knocking these levels out. We're like, oh my God, I keep escalating. This is expensive.
When she said, when she said, Melissa's been asking me forever and I wouldn't go on it, I'm pretty sure virtual cruise 2020
that's what did it.
Was it. And I was like, forgive me because I'm the sailor of the group. I was like, F you. We're going on this cruise.
Yeah.
We're live. I'm dragging you whether I kidnap you and throw you in a net. We're going on this cruise.
This time I'm willing to go. I'm excited about it.
Well, and at that point, I guess with the virtual cruise, because I've talked about watching that virtual cruise, and for me, it was kind of sad. You know, we were all
really sad.
It was sad.
On it.
I don't want to go back and look at those videos on YouTube.
No one wants to.
But as somebody who hasn't cruised, like, to see that, and you're like, look at how sad, you know, and upset, and how much these people are missing the cruise. It must be really something, right? And at that point, 2023, like, or 2022 cruise wasn't promised. Right. We didn't know where the world was going, right?
But you know what? As people who had never cruised, I'm going to give you this perspective.
Yeah.
This is how I saw it. It was sad to you as someone who had cruised, but as people who had never cruised, for me, I saw it as this. Look how amazing these guys are, that we're going through this absolute disaster nightmare BS. And they are trying so hard to lift us all up when this is a disaster.
I was shocked that they gave up an entire weekend to do that. Like, I'd never seen anything like that before.
In my life.
I can't even believe it. Like, they don't have to do it. They're sitting in there just like
other bands were doing similar, but not for free.
It seemed like they wanted to do it. And I was like, you know, this really says something about them.
Right. It did. And so as us who had never gone and we had never experienced anything, and we were just here, you know, like, do, life sucks. It was kind of amazing. Like, I mean, we got out 2 bottles of wine. We called each other on FaceTime.
That was a rough weekend.
I mean, it was a wild weekend for the two. So, you know, I mean, for some people, and I agree, looking back, it's sad, but a lot of things are sad with that looking back. But in the moment, she and I kind of
I thought it was so fun. I was like, what else am I going to be doing around here?
We had a ball. We had a ball.
Yeah.
So based on everything that you've seen online and then the virtual cruise, which I was kind of shocked by. I was not expecting it to be what it was. And again, we were very sad. So it was like, wait, what's happening? This is kind of fun. But anyway, based on, you know, social media, what you've seen on YouTube, whatever, what are you most excited about for your first cruise?
Oh, gosh. I think, honestly, for me, number one, I'm going to finally be on this with my best friend and my 5 favorite dudes in the whole world. And number 2, some of the people that I've connected with since I was like 18 years old that I reconnected with this year. And then all of these new people that I've met through our page this year, you know, across the country. Like, I feel this is so special for us this year, as corny as that sounds. Like, we couldn't have picked a better year. Like, this is amazing for us. And I just can't wait to celebrate with everybody. Like, just someone get me out there. I can't wait to party.
I'm excited because it actually falls over my birthday.
Yes.
So my birthday is going to be on Saturday night on the cruise. So I'm looking to get down on the Lido deck and have some fun.
Yep.
What a great birthday party, right? Like, I don't have to plan anything. It's way better than going out to dinner.
It's going to be your personal birthday party. Just
Yeah.
think about that. The second
Everyone's
really
there for me.
everyone is celebrating.
Yeah. So Saturday night can be my theme night.
Everybody,
No, I'm kidding.
Everybody, FYI, it's
Kidding,
Katie's
just
birthday.
kidding. It's Katie's night. No, I'm
So
kidding.
that's October 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so now you guys are first timers.
Mhm.
You have the cruise is 7 months away.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
must have questions. Any cruise related questions that you have for Ashley or me or anybody else in the chat who might have cruised before?
My biggest one is,
Yeah.
so I am like kind of the Joe of this duo in the sense that I really need my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I get kind of grumptastic if I don't sleep. And so my biggest concern is like, what do I do? Because I know I'm going to have to go. And I'm going to want to go, right?
Yeah.
So like, what are the tips and tricks to catching sleep on the fly, sleep training, go to Red Bull? What do I do? I mean, I'm not spring chicken anymore. Let's face it. So what do I do? Like, what do I do? Because I gotta go. I don't want to miss anything, but I also don't want to be, Grumpy McGee on this whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Ashley, do you want to take a first stab at this?
So I think I've shared this before. I'm 100% sure I've shared this before, but we have a very strategic plan, which is, so you get the sleep you can at night / not at night in the morning.
Yeah.
And go to the beach or do whatever. Then you get back to the ship.
Yeah.
And here's the strategy. You go to the coffee bar. You get a coffee and they have boozy coffee.
Boozy coffee. All right. Okay.
Take a couple sips. It's real hot. You set it down. Take a nap.
Boozy coffee.
So you set it down, quick cat nap. You wake up, you drink the coffee. That's probably when you shower too. Like we would, take turns showering and drink our boozy coffee. It's like kicking it back up. Then we go and we get what some called on the 2018 cruise, the Minnesotan, which is where me and my sisters are from, which is a diet Red Bull or whatever they have. It's not Red Bull. It's like a fake Red Bull, and vodka. And so you drink one of those. So now you're mixing a little bit. You have to taper off.
Defibrillated.
We just need a lot of supplements.
Okay, yeah. So taper off the caffeine at some point. You don't keep the caffeine going or you'll never sleep. You want to fall asleep at 5 a.m., 5 to 8, 9 a.m. Get your rest. Have a couple quick naps during the day.
My advice, or what I do, is maybe there's a little bit of caffeine. Like you can order, I like pop,
Yep.
We order pop. You can we were talking about getting the drinks package and getting ordering water to your room ahead of time. We'll get a pack of Coke or Pepsi or whatever the cola is. And that kind of helps. I don't really do Red Bull. But in terms of sleep, I think honestly, Bryanna was talking about wanting to explore the ship during the day. Me, I don't care about exploring the ship.
Don't try to do it all.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Don't try to do it all, right?
No, and
exactly.
I'll
When
explore
other
the
people,
backs of my eyelids.
Right, exactly. When other people are exploring the ship and going to the spa and lying on the deck, I'm sleeping. Honestly, that's what I've decided for myself, and I'm okay with that. So I just nap and sleep during the day, and that's pretty much it. And I guess really, if you need to take a melatonin, maybe that might help you kind of go to sleep, maybe.
Yeah, I take them on the regular, and they do work to knock you out of me. So I think you're right. I think that's the plan. Bring your melatonin.
Yeah, and some people said, and it's true that the adrenaline will kind of keep you going. Before you know it, you're holy crap! It's been a while, and I literally slept for 3 hours last night.
Wow.
But grab naps here and there. I'm just trying to see what else other people are saying, the adrenaline. And
I got sleep. I'm reading a bunch of them too.
The adrenaline is really a thing though, because I'm at
marathon.
I'm an 8 hour. I need my 8 hours.
Me too. Actually, I'm that person.
Exactly. I might still need a nap during the day, but like I think there's a mindset of you're
I'm
only here
so
for 4 days.
conditioned, like according to like who I am and how I work and with my career and everything. Like I'm a morning person as well. Like I wake up every day at 5:30 a.m. Start my day. I'm at work at 6:45.
See, I'm an early riser as well, but when you go to sleep at 7, it's kind of hard to get up at 7:15. So like that natural, like the sleeping in happens, and sometimes it like, you know, I get a little bothered. I'm like, oh, I'm missing the day, but I'm like, no, I'm on the New Kids cruise. I'm here. I just need to catch up. And another thing, like you might also want to bring like an eye mask as well too. If that kind of helps create some darkness. If there's, you know, if your roommate is doing other stuff in the room and has the light on.
Girl, no problem there. This one already knows I live by a sleep mask at airplane.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a tactical question.
Yeah.
So we've heard some stories, and what I want to know is, okay, we're out on the Lido deck at night for the parties. They go for a very long time. Are we going to be able to like get in and out to like go to the bathroom, get a drink and kind of get back? Or are we going to be like blocked and like, can we all be chill? Like
I've never left the Lido deck.
I
stay in the same area. Maybe it's because I'm not drinking. I don't know. Like I have water, maybe that helps. But I don't leave the Lido deck. I stay there the entire time. Okay. I feel like Ashley moves around a bit
how
more.
many hours?
You what?
I move around
many.
I think
that's also because I'm wearing running shoes. I'm not wearing flip flops. I'm not wearing heels.
Yeah.
Sensible shoes.
Help
facilitate that.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing has always been to make friends with anyone around you. Like the more the merrier kind of a situation. You get in this position, hey, this is so much fun. I really have to pee. Will you hold my spot? And the people around you will kind of just, you know, dance with their arms out a little more.
Yeah.
Make a little more space so that you have room to get back. Cause like I'm, you know, I have friends here and there and I go to the bathroom a lot. I just, you know, small bladder girl.
Yeah, I just am one of those people that like physically, I just need to use the restroom. And I've heard horror stories about even people not even, regardless, I'm going to like throw it out that like, regardless of even getting back to your spot, I've heard people not even letting you use the bathroom and telling you to go back to your cabin.
No, I've never experienced that. I think a lot of the horror stories you hear are one person's one-time experience.
That's like the things that are scaring us a little.
Yeah.
Like, is that real? Like,
I just keep hearing these horror stories.
Because like we're all adults, right? Like we can kind of let
and
people go and
really nervous.
But you know, remember the game Broken Telephone? Did you have Broken Telephone when you were a kid?
Yes.
Right? You know how like the story by the time it gets from here to here, it's kind of evolved and taken on like a new life. Sometimes I wonder about those kind of like Lido deck stories, if there's any truth to it. I haven't seen anything wild.
Okay, good. That's good to know, because that was like
again, I don't leave my spot, so there you go.
Right.
Well, I'm leaving my spot and I'm coming in and I'm going out.
I'm gonna like you're gonna get Boston real quick if someone doesn't let me get to the restroom.
I know.
So I'm just throwing it out there. All 62 who's on this chat, things are gonna get Boston.
But you know what? Or maybe you can get real Canadian, real Newfie Canadian, and just be like really nice, and people will let you back in.
Well, how about this, Melanie?
Boston's nice. It's just a little like
first. I'll be nice first.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go the way, then I'm gonna get Boston.
Okay.
That's usually how it goes.
Okay. Ashley left.
Oh no.
It's like that snowstorm that's headed her way. Ashley, if you are still around, just send me a request to join, and then I'll bring you back up.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you guys getting nor'easters out there?
Sorry?
Are you guys getting a nor'easter out there?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Because I heard East Coast. Oh, did you? Well, I heard East Coast was about to get a nor'easter out in Massachusetts or East Coast somewhere.
She's in South Dakota.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
She's out my-ish, but so.
Okay, so, okay. Now, you're a first-time cruiser. Is there anything that you want vets, other cruisers to know or to keep in mind about first-time cruisers?
Ooh.
I think like from my perspective, like like everything's going to be new for us, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of want to see things, we want to experience things, but just because we haven't done it before doesn't mean we're less of a fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're all paying roughly the same amount of money to go on vacation.
Yeah.
So like, let's all just be chill and respectful and hope that we all have a good time.
And I think patient,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Be patient.
Yeah. Like, let's not be selfish
Yes.
about like what we individually want. Let's all just try to help each other have a great time.
Yes. Just because we're here on this cruise for the first time doesn't mean we're new.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway.
Now, okay, so obviously you're excited about the cruise. Is there anything that you're nervous about?
Bathrooms.
So you have a bathroom in your room.
Yeah.
And there are bathrooms on the Lido deck as well.
Yeah.
I think the other thing truthfully, the other thing I'm nervous about, if we're really going to be honest here, is I want everybody to remember that we are all there for the same thing, right? We're there to have fun with each other and to enjoy the guys and have a great time and like just relax and party it up, you know? I think, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, like you hear those horrible stories, you hear about bad apples and just some horror stories and things like that. And being the new timers to this, you can't help but have those stick in your craw a little bit, right? And honestly, as people who've always thought about going on this cruise, those comments and things that I've heard have always been the things that have stuck with me. Aside from all the amazing things that I've heard, right? And so, and mind you, this is coming from someone who has so many amazing Blockhead friends, you know? And so the thing that sticks with me is like, I just don't want those situations or people or issues to dampen the experience. You know, and so I would like, as a new cruiser, for everyone, new cruisers or veterans alike, to remember that we're all there to have fun. Just be nice, like in real life, you know, treat your fellow person as you
like a person
to be treated.
Yeah.
Know that we're all there to enjoy ourselves. And at the end of the day, if you treat someone nicely, you're going to have a far better time than if you didn't do it.
Right. Right. And I guess as vets too, something to think about is we've all been there. We lost her again. Ashley sent in a request. But yeah, we've all been first timers at one point, right? And we've all been full of questions.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of logistics, right, to sort out. And there's a lot of stories that we've all heard too, to try to make sense of and to try to kind of pull apart and decide, is this true or not? So people are like asking questions about the cruise. Like, don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Just be cool.
Yeah.
Be cool. Personally, for me, I'm not really worried about anything. Like, I'm not trying to over prepare for it. Like, I kind of like, I've been on cruises before. I've never been on a new kids cruise, but like I've been on a boat. I know how the logistics of all of that stuff works. So I'm fine with that. And I also just kind of want to like go and see what it's all about and experience it with my own eyes rather than trying to get like a play-by-play from everybody who's been before. Like, we've all seen the YouTube videos, you know, like we've seen stuff on Instagram. We generally know what happens. So I kind of want to go in and just like check it out and kind of like have that wide-eyed wonderment for the first time, if I can, to a degree.
Ashley, sorry. Ashley, if you are here and you can join, please just send me a request, okay? Because otherwise, I'm just going to ask my last question. Dream theme nights. So aside from Saturday night, which is, the theme is Katie's birthday.
Obviously.
What are some other dream theme nights that you'd like to see on the Lido deck?
You go first.
I would like a tropical night.
Okay.
I feel like that would be fun. I am the half of our duo that personally does not love dressing up in thematic costumes and all that stuff. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have fun. It'll be fine. But it's not my natural instinct. So thinking about like themes that are a little bit more that like leave a little bit more room for people who don't particularly love to dress up in costumes to be able to find more options would be great. Like a neon night, like I could wear like just like a hot pink top or something like that, you know, like that type of stuff is fine. When we get really specific, I start to get anxiety of like, oh my God, what am I gonna wear? And then it kind of like makes me nuts, but then I have a good time when I do it. So what do you want, Melissa?
Yeah, Melissa.
Wow. That's a good question. So I'm kind of with Katie on the idea of keeping it easy because, you know, it's hard to lug all that stuff in a suitcase when you have a door to decorate and all that. Yeah. So like,
and you don't have to decorate the door, and you also don't have to go all out in the theme night too.
You kind of do. And so the Virgo in me is like leaning on the practical, and then like the costume artist in me is like, oh, you got to dress up, right? So
wait,
like,
are you a designer?
No, I'm an artist. I paint.
Oh, okay.
I have an art background, and so like you give me a theme, you give me a costume.
Yeah, she's really good
at down with it. Okay, give me anything, I am showing up. Okay, so like if I were to go with the actual get me dressed up night, I would love to like have a night where you pick your favorite 80s movie character.
Okay.
And dress up as that. But if we were going to go, and I know this is like not the question, but I need to answer twice because that's my mental state. Like, I feel like if we're going to go with the practical side where it's like, we're hot, we're lugging crap in a bag. I feel like we could go with, you know, a colored theme night where we pick blue, like a blue night to go with the song Blue, and everyone wear shades of blue. Like that way it's easy. Everyone can have it either in their closet. It's not too much to think about, easily packed, comfortable, you know, so along the lines of Katie's tropical theme.
I think we had that last week too. I think it was Melissa who said for the theme, like keep it very, very broad.
Yeah.
So that you can really explore the spectrum and you can kind of keep it as kind of lo-fi as possible, like a t-shirt. Yeah. Or you can really go all out if you want to.
And it also caters to people's comfort levels as well. You know, you have to think about how comfortable people feel with this and like dressing up their bodies. And, you know, I appreciate that, you know, and so sometimes people don't want to put themselves in these positions with all this crap on themselves. So I get it, you know.
Even though it's fun, like if people have it, but it's also like the generic stuff. General themes also are more accessible for people too, right? Like who may not be able to spend a lot of extra money getting themselves dolled up because they've spent so much money on cruise and travel and all of that.
Exactly. I was going to say, think about our friends from England or Brazil or something like that who have to pack this stuff coming overseas.
Yeah.
And even, you know, it's a lot to ask, you know, so you know, let's think about some easy things. I know it's a fun thing to come up with these things that make us all, you know, really individualistic and stand out and are creative. I get it. But maybe like, let's just put that into our doors and then put our individual selves into something colorful or simple and hot as shit on that boat. You know, like, let's just wear something comfortable.
I know.
God, I hate being sweaty.
Oh, I'm with you. My rules when it comes to the Lido deck is no sleeves. Can't do sleeves. And no, I can't do pants. Like it needs to be shorts or a dress.
Yeah.
Dress.
Even though it's going to be October, it's still hot down
here.
Oh,
I mean, I'm Canadian, so that's like, it's boiling.
Yeah.
Like the one year, I think it was 2018, it was 70s night, and every idea that I could come up with had sleeves or pants. So it was like really limiting there, but I just will not, I sweat too much.
Yeah. So plug for my tropical
for you.
theme where like tropical, like, you know, everyone's kind of doing their own thing with like a pomp print or whatever. And you could wear a tank top or a pair of shorts and be happy.
No. I'm all about staying cool. I mean, it might not be cool this time around, but man.
We're in our 40s. We cannot afford to overheat.
Cool. So I'm gonna be, actually, wait a second. I'm going to be 46 by the time this cruise rolls around. I'm all about staying comfortable, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to be flashy.
Yeah, you will.
I mean, look at me. I'm all about being flashy, but let's take it.
She says in her
that's a
leopard
lie.
skin, her leopard print top. Yeah.
Let's take it with a grain of salt, but I'm going to be flashy on my own terms.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
I was
Ashley.
Hi. I don't know how long I'll be here. My phone is like dying for no reason. But I was gonna say I do love the tropical theme idea. Although you could take that real crazy. We decided on a tropical photo group last year, and then we got into like, should we all wear pineapples?
Ooh.
And then it was like, no, we shouldn't.
Pineapples on the cruise.
Pineapple
that's
bras.
a whole other meaning.
It's a whole other thing. And it went off the rails, which is why we didn't wear it. So that's the thing I love about these theme nights. And I've been listening on my computer to you guys while I've been offline with my dead phone.
Yeah.
But that is the fun thing, is like, you don't have to take these themes to the, you know, insane level. You can if you love to, but if not, 70s night, Melanie was mentioning the sleeves thing. I had a romper that I already.
So it sounds like she was going to say that she had a romper that she already had in her closet, maybe?
Probably.
It's
Yeah, the more I can shop in my own closet for things, the better.
Yeah.
But
Ashley, we've lost you again. You're kind of like spinning. You know what? I remembered when you mentioned like the 80s movie theme night, I remembered that there was somebody on the boat on the 2022 cruise for 80s night. It was 3 people dressed as Weekend at Bernie's.
no way.
So
That's
good. And I
amazing.
wanted to bring it up here, and it was, I don't know who it was. Make yourself known, because that was an amazing costume. It was 3 people.
Were they like dragging Bernie around the whole deck? Yes, I love that.
Was one of the like people attending the cruise Bernie?
Yeah, because it was like the 2, guys, and then like the Bernie in the middle.
Yeah.
So good.
That's funny.
I'd love to know
great.
who that was.
That could be fun.
Amazing idea. That's amazing. Like, if I did that, I feel like I would be, someone from Ghostbusters. I would be Zool or something.
It's too many clothes. Sleeves.
It's very hot. Although I might be what's her name? Sigourney Weaver with that flowy dress.
Yeah.
Flowy. I could do that. Anyway, I digress. But
I mean, honestly,
cool. I need something flowy. I need something with air going through.
Ventilation. That's what I need.
That's
we could do
point.
a luau.
Baby blockheads, but I'm cool for this shit. I need cool shit to wear. Okay.
Honestly, like we need to have a live dedicated to just like outfits and themes, because it's such a fun topic to explore.
Melanie, when you have a live where we're discussing costume themes for over like whatever age, you bring it on, okay? Okay, sound good. And I'm only willing to entertain. We're only going to talk about things that don't have sleeves and don't have pants.
Yeah, things that won't overheat us.
You bring me on.
We don't
need
to be calling the medics. Like, it'll be good.
No. Right.
Breezy, easy. We're going to call it breezy, easy costumes.
Love it. Love it.
For mature women.
Right.
Well,
I mean, Tiffany's saying we need outfit themed live. Okay, so Ashley, we'll add that to our calendar.
Put this on the calendar, Melanie.
No. Well, I feel like the guys would benefit from this too, because they got to be hot up there, dancing
honestly,
away. Like, they got to be down with like the light and breezy costumes too.
Okay. But on the tour, during Dirty Dancing, there are flames on the stage. You know, I've had barstools before and been near the flames, and I'm hot.
Yeah.
And they're wearing like pants, like a blazer, and I'm like, how do you? I think I've asked Donnie that before. Like, there's so many clothes.
Okay.
How are you?
So that's what we need them to know. We don't have that level of tolerance,
Right?
that they're used to.
Because we're packed like sardines.
Donnie, if you're listening, we don't roll with the flames like you do in the suits and the jackets and the pants.
That's a lot.
Situation after. Oh, I know.
Yeah, we are not on stage dancing in suits and outfits and, you know, flames bursting up. Like, we're gonna be hot in the tropics, so like, let's do theme nights that like keep us breezy and cool.
Yeah. I'm just gonna check the questions that came through here, because let me see if there are any other theme related questions.
Okay.
Since you mentioned a horror theme, what costume do you think John, Danny, Donnie, Jordan, and Joey would do for horror theme? I mean, like, Danny already did it. Like, he did The Shining.
Which one did Danny do?
The Shining.
That's right. He did. That was amazing.
You know what I feel like Joe would do?
I feel like Joe would do something like subtly creepy. Tell me what he could do.
Do you know what I think he would do? I think he would do Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah. He would be
like the Tim Curry character.
He'd be Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Joe, Tim Curry, give it to us.
He would be Frankenfurter. Absolutely.
And then
Frankenfurter.
Okay, and then Donnie and John would have to do a Paris costume, so they could do like the twins from The Shining, but like that's
you know what they could do? They could actually do the two guys from Scream as well. Do you remember the two that if you remember in Scream?
Okay.
It was, oh my God, I'm gonna forget the two that did it. It was the brown-haired guy and the kind of blondish-haired guy
the spiky hair.
Yeah, that ended up being the dual killers.
Okay. Now you just spoiled the movie. Sorry, guys.
Yes. So it was Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah.
And, oh my
Matthew
God.
Lillard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lillard.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay, and then who did we leave out? Did we mention Jordan? No.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I'm terrible with horror. I can't do horror movies. I'm so scared of them, so I don't know like the characters and stuff.
I like horror, so.
Oh, I'm so afraid of them.
Somebody should be. Okay, no, that's gonna be my costume. I'll leave that to myself. That's my costume.
You're like, that's mine.
Peter.
I'll put it out there. I have my costume decided. I'm decided.
Peter.
I feel like
but somebody could be
them
like,
do like a Jack Nicholson from The Shining or something.
Which doll?
Annabelle.
Yes.
Somebody could be that. Who would dress as a girl though? aside from Joe.
Joe would not be Annabelle. He's definitely Frankenfurter.
He is for sure. Chucky, Chucky for sure.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
He's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jordan could be Jigsaw. Donnie could be Jigsaw.
Do you know what?
John should be Jigsaw, and then Donnie could dress as himself.
What's that clown? The clown one.
Pennywise.
Pennywise. Yeah.
Danny can be Pennywise.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be a hot costume though.
Ew. Oh, do you know what? There's a new one with Ethan Hawke. It's this
black
phone.
Black
phone. I feel like Jordan could be that guy.
That's creepy. Yeah. It's a scary face.
That guy.
Yeah. Wow. So many options. Okay.
There you go, guys. We just went on a night of costumes. They don't even have to think of them now.
Well, you know what, guys? It was so great to chat with you. You're full of stories, and it sounds like you guys do regular. Do you do regular lives?
It's more sporadic.
When was the we did one in February
last month? We try to do like monthly happy hours.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not like regularly scheduled programming or anything, but we pop them out on our handle every now and again.
So it sounds like we should be following you.
Yes.
Please go to the drop down menu. You'll see. Yeah, Boston Blockheads, and follow along, and then you'll let us know when you go live. And,
for sure.
Hoping to do one in April. We kind of try to do things around like exciting things, or do like chats about significant stuff. Yeah. So likely we're gonna do one in April. So
are you guys going to BlockCon?
What was that?
No.
So I had some work commitments.
Okay.
Same with this one. We just couldn't make it happen this year.
Something had to go on the chopping block
I'm
this
hoping
year.
they make that, if not a yearly thing, I'm hoping they make it a thing.
Yeah.
You know? So,
I would love
but yeah,
to do it, but I diverted the funds to the cruise. So
yeah.
and I got to save some for my non-new kids life for the fun things I want to do too. Like, as much as I love new kids, like there are other bands and like tours I want to go see all summer and things like that. And I'm like, I can't not have a pool of money to do that too.
I've lined up a bunch of other like non-new kids concerts too. Everybody's touring right now. So.
Yeah.
Everybody's touring, and I need to like build a garden, and I'm an artist. I'm building an art studio in my backyard, all sorts of stuff. So unless Joe wants to help me build the art,
Bryanna, DMB.
well, I don't know, you know. But anyway, plan for a live in April. You know, I've got a work trip this month, but we were talking about it. So yeah, but please do follow us. Like we're gonna do something in April.
Yeah, we love chatting with everyone. So always feel free to say hi. We'll and then if you see us out in the wild, say hi too.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Yes.
Hope to talk to you again soon.
Nice to meet you, and we'll see you on the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye everyone.
So much.
Bye. Okay, I'm taking each one down.
Bye.
And bye, Katie. And unfortunately, I think Ashley continues to have technical difficulties. Thank you, all 53 of you that have stuck around. It was a great conversation tonight. Please join us next week, next Wednesday, usual time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. We have one guest already lined up. We have found another person who was on that 1990 cruise, and she is going to be joining us and telling us about her experience. So sure to be another fun conversation. So we hope to see you there. Congratulations as well to everyone who's booked a cruise. Oh, and if you are going to see Joe this Friday, or if you know somebody who is, we'd love to talk to somebody about that experience next week. So please reach out to either me or reach out to Ashley, and maybe we can have you on next Wednesday talking about that St. Paddy's Day bash with Joe. Thanks everyone, and we will see you next week. Take care. Bye.